Dallas, that was amazing. What a fun set so far. I can tell you that we are more than pleased that things came together and that you are here with us tonight. But before we get to know you a little bit better, on behalf of Stampede City Sessions, all of our partners, everyone in the room here tonight, everybody watching at home, we wanted to thank you for your 17 years of service with the Canadian military. He looks far too young, right? And not just any old Canadian military. You were with Special Operations as a sniper.
Yes, it was.
And you're the first sniper I've ever met. But now we're going to talk about music. So we know that you grew up in Fishing Lake Métis Settlement, just northeast of Calgary.
It is 571 kilometers
yes,
from right here.
You grew up 571 kilometers from here. I know you were born in Edmonton. I'm curious, do you happen to know what hospital you were born at?
The Royal Alec, I believe.
Another raw baby. I'm a raw baby too. A couple decades before you, but nonetheless, we have the same roots. So
Right.
we got that going for us. The land was your great outdoors. You loved playing hockey, fishing with your brother. You could just step out your back door and be in heaven.
Yeah.
So,
in the wild. That's right.
Yes, exactly. So my question for you is that when you made the change to music, which you've been doing as singer-songwriter for about 5 years now, as you were telling us, what have you taken from the lessons you've learned with the Canadian military, and how has that served you in your now music career?
There's so many similarities that it always surprises people. Like, we're always on the road, carrying lots of gear in and out of hotels. We always feel uncomfortable.
Jumping out of planes.
Like this, yeah.
Oh, no, that's the other.
There's tons of similarities. I mean, there's a lot of things that are not the same. Songwriting is kind of, you're a little more sensitive, which is not necessarily the case in special operations units. But there are enough similarities that for sure some of the stuff I learned, like, discipline and timings and all that stuff seems to help.
Patience.
Anyway. Some patience, that's right. Music business is a slow-moving train. But yeah, I think that I love it so much, and it's really a passion of mine. And I'll be a songwriter until the day I die, whether that's tomorrow or 50 years down the road, that it fuels me enough to just keep going and keep going.
Well, you're very good at it, so I suggest that you keep doing it. Now, I know one of the people that has been very supportive of you is Gord Bamford. And I wonder if you might talk to us about how you met Gord and ended up touring with him in his cross-Canada tour, the Canadian Dirt Tour. So talk to us about how you met Gord Bamford.
Sure, yeah. So it was funny, the day I retired from the military, I was at a Gord Bamford concert at Cook County Saloon. And a buddy of mine happened to know him, and he's like, do you want to go meet Gord backstage? And as a new songwriter, I was like, well, absolutely. So I did, and I don't know, one drink led to another, and some of the guys started taking out guitars, and we just started playing songs, and I didn't really think much of it other than I was just a country music fan, kind of in country music heaven. And we played till probably 5 in the morning. I don't know what the closing time at Cook County is, but it was late. The sun was starting to come up. And a couple weeks later, he just reached out, and he's like, those songs you were playing, I really liked them. I think I could help you out in country music. And since then, he's just started kind of mentoring me in this business in a lot of ways. And, he's been doing it for a while, and he's been very successful. So there's just that passage of all the information, and whatever worked and whatever mistakes he had made, he's kind of sharing with me now.
That's awesome, and that tour must have been a ton of fun.
It was amazing, yeah, because mostly before that, I'd played pubs and lounges and bars, and mostly to crowds that weren't really listening. And then we were put on, a stage with Gord, and it's everything professional, like you see here tonight. And it was like a military saying, we say drinking from a fire hose. It was sort of like that, but you learn fast, and it was super cool to see.
That's awesome. Other than Gord Bamford, what other country artists have inspired you, or musicians in general, have inspired you?
I'm a big fan of like the old kind of outlaw country stuff with Waylon and Johnny and Willie and Chris Christopherson and Billy Joe Schaefer, like I said. Modern day, Jamie Johnson's one of my favorites, even though he just got arrested for weed possession a little while ago. Him and some Canadian guys, like I really like Corb Lund and Coulter Wall. I think the music they're doing is cool. They get a lot of my streaming time.
Right on. And what's next for Dallas Alexander?
We're going to do some shows here. Well, tonight we go to Saskatoon for one. We're going to play Cook County, which is a cool full circle moment, December 6th. If the roads aren't too bad, I suggest everybody come. And then I moved to Nashville in January.
What?
Yeah.
Very cool. But you're going to come back to Canada a lot and visit us, right?
I'll come back to Calgary anytime you guys want to have me.
Well, Dallas, thank you so much for you and your amazing band for coming out tonight. And we also really want to thank Corinne, if you're out there, and the whole team with Gord Bamford for setting us up, connecting us with Dallas. We're so happy that you came, and we wish you nothing but the best. We'll be watching for your rising star.
Well, thank you. We're extremely grateful for you having us here and for everybody that came. We're having a blast.
Okay, make it a great rest of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Dallas Alexander.